Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So originally I wasn't going to be doing a video today, but then I said, hey, you know what? Today is Friday the 13th. So I'm doing a video about Friday the 13th, just to let people know what Friday the 13th is about. Now, I don't believe in anything. Friday the 13th is just the 13th. But some people believe it's something different. Okay, so before we go into the video, please give me a big thumbs up if you like what you see. Smash that bell notification and subscribe. Remember, I'm having a promo that if I reach 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving a free lesson to a random subscriber. And please comment so that I know you're not a bot, that you're a real person, because I have gotten, subscribers and they're really not subscribers. So please, please, if you can do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Friday the 13th. I found this information from CNN. Just so you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I predominantly deal in facts. Once in a while I will deal in opinions, but however, I generally do not deal with my opinion. Okay, because I'm not a person who deals with opinions. I try to be more factual. That's just my Libra personality, if you remember about the astrology signs. Okay, so let's get into the lesson. Friday the 13th, history, how it became and why it's considered unlucky. Okay, let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Okay, so at least once a year, the calendar date aligns to give us a Friday the 13th. Airline ticket prices tend to dip when we're not in a pandemic. Okay, so we're in a pandemic, it's already down, but even when we're not in it, it dips. Your superstitious boss avoids important meetings, and the whole day there's a small part of you that's just waiting for something weird to happen. Okay. Why are we like this? Whether you're superstitious or not, I'm not superstitious, but some people are. You can't escape the chatter circling the spookiest calendar date. The fear of 13 dates back to centuries, and many believe it originates from the Code of Hammurabi, which reportedly left out a 13th law from its written legal codes. Okay. However, in reality, this was actually just an error made by one of the translators who simply omitted a line of text. Such superstitions have persisted even among history's greatest minds. The great Austrian-American composer Arnold Schoenberg had such a severe case of triskaidekaphobia. Okay, I learn a new word every day. That means a fear of the number 13. He omitted numbering the 13 measure in some of his later works, substituting it with the notation 12A. He was also reportedly deeply afraid of dying at a year or at an age that was a multiple of 13. When he turned 76, a colleague suggested it would be an unlucky year because 7 plus 6 equals 13. Indeed, Schoenberg did pass away that year. On Friday the 13th, so he passed away on Friday the 13th of July. Okay. It is interesting to note the contrasting history of the number 12 with the number 13. We have 12 months a year, 12 zodiac signs, 12 hours a day, and even 12 days of Christmas. Okay. The prominence stemming from the historical influence of the New Testament, of the Bible, and other Judeo-Christian traditions. Even Schoenberg, the number 13's greatest enemy, was best known for developing a 12-tone system of musical composition. So they're saying that 12 is a lucky number. 13 is unlucky. I don't know. Why Friday? The negative association with Friday specifically has a combination of religious and cultural origins. Some Christians believe Friday to be unlucky because it was the day of the week that Jesus was crucified. In the 14th and 15th centuries, prominent figures and writers started to publicly denounce the day with little context as to why George Chaucer's Canterbury Tales depicts Friday to be a day of misfortune, and playwright Robert Greene defined Friday face as a sad look of dismay and anguish. Like I said, I'm just going through the history of Friday the 13th. Why Friday the 13th? Unsurprisingly, we are not exactly sure of the historical evidence as to how Friday the 13th became synonymous with bad luck and superstition. So they don't know. There are many theories that date back to earlier centuries, but most of them have been completely debunked. So those theories are just opinions, not facts. I don't deal with opinions. The real Friday the 13th hysteria started in the 20th century. Many date this back to Thomas Lawson's book, Friday the 13th, which is about a stockbroker who chose this day to deliberately crash the stock market. 1 year later, in 1908, the New York Times became one of the first media outlets to acknowledge the superstition of Friday the 13th. Okay, this is a fact. Later in the 1980s, the popularity of the Friday the 13th movie, we all know about the movie, added to the cultural phenomenon. Okay, so let's go on to the science behind superstition. 1 in 4 Americans say they are superstitious, while the other 3 out of 4 Americans might scoff it off. There is actually psychological science to back superstition. Psychologists at Kansas State University say superstitions are all about trying to control your fate. People often use superstitions to try to achieve a desired outcome or to help alleviate anxiety. A perfect example of this is performers and athletes who perform specific and sometimes quirky rituals before a big event. You know, a lot of people do that, like break a leg. When you're going on stage, they tell you break a leg. They don't really want you to break a leg, but they don't want to say good luck, because if you know what you're doing, you don't need luck. Okay. Mathematician and author Joseph Mayers explained how having superstitions can actually promote a healthy and positive mentality. Everyone wants luck, but since there is no tangible thing we can call luck, we have to create that tangible thing by transferring it to an object. People hold on to those objects as a sense of security. Some people have a lucky charm, a lucky rabbit's foot, a lucky four-leaf clover, a lucky pen. One of my students used to have a lucky hat. Anytime he wore the hat, he always did well on tests. That doesn't mean it worked. It just means, you know, he felt that it worked. He felt secure with it. One 2010 study conducted by psychologist Stuart Vase tested a group of people on various memory tests. The group of people were allowed to carry their lucky charms with them, perform better on the memory test than the people who had their lucky charms taken away. It's all about low-cost confidence booster, Weiss concluded. That's why I said, you know, they gave him confidence. By that logic, Friday the 13th can be just as lucky as unlucky, depending on your outlook. So instead of being scared of this eerie date, try incorporating some positive rituals in your life and see what happens. So, other countries have different numbers that are unlucky. Okay, so we're not the only ones here, but Italian people actually feel 13 is a lucky number. I'm from an Italian background, and 13 to us is considered a lucky number. As I said, I do not believe in lucky numbers or unlucky numbers. I have my own lucky numbers. Okay, but that's just my opinion. 13 is not one of my lucky numbers. 6 and 9 are my lucky numbers. Why, you ask? Because of the 1969 Mets. I'm a huge Mets fan, so that's the reason why I have it. There's a fact why I have the luck, why I have 69 as my lucky number, because of the Mets winning in 69. My wife was born in 69. My address is 69. So, but it all goes back to the Mets. So it's a fact that the Mets won the first World Series in 1969, so that's why it's my lucky number. That's it. Anyway, I hope that you don't take this too seriously, because I don't believe in this stuff, and neither should you. But you could see how people's fears can make them believe anything. And even in this pandemic, you should be cautious in the pandemic, but don't go crazy with fear that you refuse to live your life. Just be careful, but don't be paralyzed with fear. That's how some people are with Friday the 13th. Okay? Again, if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up. Hit that bell notification and subscribe and leave me a comment. Remember, like I said, my promo is that I will give one random subscriber who comments a free lesson when I get to 1,000 subscribers. And I just wanted to add that I changed my thumbnails a bit to make them more interesting. So I hope you like the thumbnails that I'm using. For my ESL videos, I've been using a thumbnail of an owl teacher, because my nickname in school was Mr. Owl. So, give me a comment on how you like the thumbnail. See if it looks good, it doesn't. Anyway, I thank you and stay safe, and I will see you soon.